Welcome to a new Draw My Life video. Jack the Ripper is the nickname a serial killer named himself, who acted in London between August 31st and November 9th, 1888. Jack committed his crimes in Whitechapel, one of the poorest districts of Victorian London. All his victims were low-class women, prostitutes that were out in the streets late at night. Officially, he was attributed to 5 victims, while other 6 corpses that appeared at the time couldn't be attributed to him. This ironic assassin would send letters to the police, laughing at the fact that they could never catch him. The most famous one, known as From Hell, came with a section of the kidney from one of the victims. The author, nameless till then, signed the letter as Jack the Ripper. The first victim was Ann Nichols, found dead at dawn by a car driver. Apart from other mutilations, poor Ann was found with her throat cut twice from left to right. During the investigation of the Nichols case, a second corpse was found in an alley. Annie Chapman, also a prostitute, was found dead at 6 a.m. The police started talking about a possible serial killer, based on the similarity of both cases, since Annie also had her throat cut from left to right and had also been ripped. A witness said that he had seen the woman talking to a man hours before her corpse was found. Even though it was dark, he said the man must have been in his 40s. He looked foreign and he was wearing a black hat and a black coat. The police assumed he was the killer. Scotland Yard arrested several suspects that matched this description. They were all set free because they all had alibis. The last one was a German hairdresser called Charles Ludwick. When a double murder happened 2 weeks after his arrest, he was set free. The real assassin was still free in the streets of London. The 2 victims were found on that same night in 2 places very close to Whitechapel. The first one, Elizabeth Stride, appeared in an alley, lying in a pool of her own blood, caused by a cut on the throat, same as the previous ones. As no other harm was done to the body, the police assumed the killer was interrupted by something and had to escape unsatisfied with his work. This assumption was confirmed when the second corpse was found 45 minutes later. Catherine Eddowes was murdered just as the others, with the already famous throat cut. But in this case, the killer mutilated her face and abdomen, leaving her guts over the shoulders of the victim, same as in Annie's case. At this point, the investigation pointed at the assassin having a good knowledge about anatomy, since he knew the specific location of the organs and his cuts were clean. Several doctors confirmed this theory. 500 meters from the spot where Catherine appeared, a blood-stained piece of cloth from him was found. Written with chalk on the door, the message, "The Jews are the men who will not be blamed for anything." The 5th and last body was one of the most horrible and depraved cases in the history of criminology. Jack shocked all London with his last act. The man who found the corpse said it hadn't been done by a human, but by a demon. The woman was called Mary Jane Kelly. She was a young prostitute who left her job when the murders started. The last witness who saw her alive was a friend of her, who described the person going arm in arm with Mary as a very elegant man that looked foreign, maybe a Jew. When she was found dead in her bed, she was only wearing a small nightgown, which showed the terrible breakage done to her organism. Her stomach was torn open, and he had cut off her nose, her breasts, and her ears. Bits of her thighs and skin were lying next to her destroyed body. Her kidneys, her liver, and other organs were spread around the corpse and over the nightstand. After this episode, nobody heard about him again. Even though there were a lot of theories and suspects, he was never found. In 2014, thanks to a DNA test of the clothes of one of the victims, they discovered that the horror of Whitechapel was a Polish immigrant called Aaron Kosminski, a 23-year-old young man who suffered from schizophrenia and auditory hallucinations. However, some expert scientists still say that this evidence is not definitive, so the real identity of the killer still remains unknown. What is definitely true is that Jack the Ripper was one of the biggest mysteries in the whole world of criminology, and one of the darkest and most macabre people in the history of humanity. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it. And if you want to see more Draw My Life videos, subscribe to our channel. See you in the next episode.